Hi, darlings, and welcome back. Happy Halloween to you. I hope you have a wonderful Halloween, whatever you're planning to do. Today, we are going to rank the collab palettes that are in my collection. So don't mind my voice if it sounds off. I am still not feeling the best, but I wanted to film because I feel like it's been too long. So let's go ahead and start ranking these collab palettes that are in my collection, and let's see where we get to. So number 6 is a bit of a problematic brand, but I still have the palette. It's still in my collection, and it's still something that I reach for every once in a while. So let's talk about it, shall we? So number 6 is going to be the Conspiracy palette by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. We all know there's it's a bit of a polarizing caricature, if you will. But the color story is here. So it doesn't look like it's gotten a lot of use, but it actually has gotten a lot of use. The reason that this is in the number 6 spot is because there are just a lot of shades in this palette that I don't reach for. Like pretty much all of these. This one is special. This one is special. I love this, but it does not perform as brightly on the lid unless you put like a full-on white primer. It just doesn't. So I feel like this would have performed better if it was like, or been a better color story if it was a 9 pan. And I know that they released one, but I don't remember what it looks like. But I feel like if it was a 9 pan with like this shade, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, I think it would have been better. But as it is now, it's in the number 6 spot because it performs well, but there's just a lot of shades in here that I don't reach for. And for that reason, it's going to be in the number 6 spot. This shade here, though, is like a special, beautiful, like blue-gray. It's gorgeous. Okay, so in the number 5 spot, it's going to be a palette that I feel like it could have been edited down. Performance-wise, it is gorgeous. And that's going to be the Pot 2 palette with Glam Light and Michaela Nogueira. I'm so sorry if I butcher it. So I really love purples and greens and but I feel like this is a lot. So I don't reach for big like palettes like this that often. But performance wise, they're beautiful. Like it's just a beautiful palette. I did have some staining with this shade and this shade here. But other than that, like I feel like the palette itself performs really well. Glam Light's one of those brands that's inexpensive with really good quality. And I would definitely recommend this palette. I just feel like it could have been tailored down a bit. And the 10 palette pan actually is better edited in my opinion. But it's still a beautiful palette. I'm obviously going to keep it in my collection. I really enjoy it. I just feel like it's a lot for what it is, you know? So number 5, the Glam Light X Michaela Pot 2. So coming in at the number 4 spot is actually going to be the At Forest Sight palette with ColourPop and Raw Beauty Christie. I don't know why they didn't restock this. If I was ColourPop, I would have restocked this like in a heartbeat. It is a beautiful color story here. You've got these like really lovely transition and like this mustard yellow. This here. The reason this is in the number 4 spot is because the like quality of the palette, it just didn't perform as well as I feel like it should have. So ColourPop can be really hit and miss. And I know this is probably an unpopular opinion, but I just don't feel like these shades performed as well as they could have. And this like duochrome type shade here is just not as vibrant as I would have hoped. And so for that reason, I'm putting this in the number 4 spot. It's a beautiful palette. I feel like Raw Beauty Christie did a really good job with the color story and the artwork. I love all the little mushies, all the nature, cottagecore. Like, it's a cottagecore-gasm, and it's beautiful. But for me, as much as I reach for it and product quality, I would say that this is going to be in the number 4 spot. So, sorry, my voice is just bleh today, you know? So coming in at the number 3 spot is going to be the Heather Austin / Adept Cosmetics palette here. There are some gorgeous shades here, like this chartreusey kind of yellow green. chef's kiss. I love, 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 love. And can you see the shift on this here? Like, it's just, they're just so pretty. Let me see if I can grab it for you on camera. Like, look at that. Oh God. Like, they're just buttery smooth. I would say definitely use a glitter primer with these shimmer type shades, because it will like glitter vomit all over your face. Do I hate that? No, not mad at it. But I feel like this palette would have benefited from one more matte, one less shimmer. So I find that, you know, I don't reach for this many shimmers in any given look, you know? So for me, I just feel like this palette would have benefited from one more matte, maybe something with a nice transition color or like a lighter color matte for blending, and one less shimmer. But it's gorgeous. I think Heather Austin did such a beautiful job curating this color palette, and I'm really glad that I have it in my collection. So, all right, coming in the number 2 spot is gonna be the It's Frickin' Bats collab palette with Betty Jean, or Batty Bean as she is on all of her socials, and Shroud Cosmetics. So coming off the tails of missing out on the Club Nebula palette by Kaleidos and Angeshka, like this palette, I looked at it and I was like, that's the bitch right there that's gonna make up for like me missing that. That's fine. And so far I've really enjoyed it. Is this my favorite like formula of eyeshadow ever? No, it's not. I feel like it's a beautiful formula. I think it performs well, but it's not my favorite. But I really just love this color story. It speaks to me. There are some really like interesting shades in here, like this one here. This blue is just really like beautiful, and hopefully I'm not layering, yeah, there we go. Like they're just really interesting shades. They perform well on the eye. It lasts all day. And I just find that it's just really like a beautiful color story. So this is my number 2. I reached for this palette like a fair bit. I wish like her new collab palette with Shroud actually has like a really cool multi-chrome in it. And I almost feel like I would have liked a light multi-chrome like topper shade like she has in her new palette in this palette. But you know, you live, you learn, and the new palette's gorgeous and it has that. So that would be something I would look at adding to my collection later. All right. Ugh. Sorry, my throat is just blah today. All right, last, certainly not least, we have the number 1 spot, and it goes to the Gila palette by Angeshka. Now, this is her collab with Odin's Eye. And open this baddie up here, and this speaks to me on so many levels. So I can do dark and smoky. I can do grungy green, forest witch vibes. The hot pink bubblegum princess in me is so pleased at these colors. And then this color here, this yellow, is really unique in my collection. It is a nice pigmented pastel type yellow color. It really is beautiful. And you just see like, you don't often find shades like that. And this palette is also part of my panning project, which that video will be coming soon. But yeah, for that reason, this palette is my number 1. So don't mind me, I'm just hacking along. Tell me in the comments below, what are your favorite collab palettes? Do you have any that were like the palette that got away? For me, the Club Nebula palette was like that. It's the palette that got away. But tell me what you're doing. What collab palettes are your favorites? Do you like collab palettes? I find personally that the color stories created by like creators, by makeup lovers, not just the brands, but like, you know, collab palettes, they're just some of my favorite color stories in my collection. So I love your faces. Have a beautiful day. Happy Halloween. I hope you're doing something fun. And thank you for being here. If you want to see more videos from me, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, you know, comment something, whatever. I don't know. Leave me some Halloween emojis because it is Halloween. And I hope you have a wonderful day today. And I will see you later. Okay, bye.